everybody. Can you hear me? You have to come closer. Please come closer. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let us usher in the holiday of Hanukkah tonight. And let's light up the night. Are you ready? Hanukkah, the story of a war in the Middle East over oil. What else is new? The story of the Maccabees, who were finally able to drive out the Greeks from Jerusalem, retake the Temple Mount, enter the temple, of course. They wanted to kindle the menorah, but they couldn't find any oil that was kosher for the menorah, oil that was not defiled. They found one small jar of oil. You all know the story. The jar had the seal of the high priest was still intact, but it was only enough to light for one day. They needed at least 8 days to procure fresh, untampered with olive oil. And a miracle happened, and the oil that was only enough to last for one day burned for 8 days. And so we celebrate Hanukkah every year. We light candles for 8 days, and we have a good old time. And we get together on Westford Town Common to celebrate and smile and dance the night away. I need everyone to really, really come closer, because first of all, it'll make us all warmer. And second of all, I hope you'll see the donuts and the goodies on the table and you'll take some, because if I have to take them home, I'm in trouble. So help me out over here. Tonight, we will light the first candle on the menorah, and then every one of us will go back home and light the menorah at home. We will recite the blessings, we will light the menorah at home. And after we light the menorah, we will not walk off and go watch the football game, no. We will pull up a chair and we will sit and watch the candle and listen to its message. And what is its message? Its message is very simple but very powerful. We're supposed to light the menorah after the sun sets. And as all of us know, there are times in life when we feel like our sun is setting. There are times in life when we feel like things aren't going the right way. There are times in life when we feel like there isn't much to be happy about. There isn't much to celebrate about. There's too much negativity. And there are too many obstacles. What does Hanukkah tell us? When the sun sets and it gets dark, you light a candle. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the dark. Just light a candle. Bring in some good deeds, some good thoughts, and some good actions. Goodness and kindness, actions of light, actions of positivity, and of course, actions of godliness. Because light always overcomes darkness, every single time. You never turned on the light in the room where the room still remained dark. It always comes a light, comes a glow. Because light will expel darkness every single time. So instead of focusing on the dark and what we're going to do about it, simply switch on the light. Bring in some positive actions, bring in some positive goodness and positive holiness into your life. And you'll look at that candle and you'll remember that when you picked that candle up, it was unlit. And you lit it. And you brought it back to life. You can also light your candle and the candle of those sitting next to you. And together celebrate the message of Hanukkah, which is universal, powerful. Jews all over the world are ushering in the holiday of Hanukkah right now, together with us here in Westford. I want to take a few moments to thank some very important people. First and foremost, our beloved town manager, Jody Ross. Please put your hands together and give her a round of applause. She's not here, but we all know she's retiring soon, right? She's after 17 years, I think, and under her leadership, our Hanukkah program has blossomed and expanded. Our menorah nearly tripled in size, and we have been able to celebrate Hanukkah on the Common with great Jewish pride, and we thank her very, very much. And the Jewish community of Westford and of Neshoba Valley wishes her only the best from here on out. Thank you very much, Jody. I also want to thank our Parks and Recreations Department, particularly Mr. John Rivas. The Hanukkah miracle of Westford is that every year when Hanukkah comes, the menorah somehow always comes up, and when Hanukkah ends, it always comes back down. And it doesn't happen by itself. We have wonderful people in this town who help us out and are always there for us. I want to thank the Pheasant Lane Mall in Nashua, who allowed us again to put up an 11-foot menorah. If you visit the mall, make sure to visit the menorah and take a few selfies. Downstairs on the lower level near the escalator in front of Target, you'll see our giant menorah. Go visit and let us know how beautiful it is. I also want to thank the Lowell City Hall and Mr. Joel Cohen, Lieutenant Colonel Sam Polton, who helped set up the menorah in front of Lowell City Hall, a beautiful giant menorah there as well. Thank you very, very much. Of course, our menorah, as you can see, is sponsored by Mr. Alan Rubin in loving memory of his brother Michael. And I want to thank the Schwartz Family Foundation, who sponsored our entire Hanukkah campaign, the menorahs, the donuts. We have already distributed many dozens of Hanukkah kits. We have arranged for Hanukkah to happen at local prisons for Jewish inmates, elderly care centers, hospitals. Our entire Hanukkah campaign is sponsored by the Schwartz Family Foundation in memory of Mr. Nathan Schwartz. Thank you very, very much. On the table, we have donuts, and they're not there for you to stand there and look at them. Please take some. And there are some Hanukkah cookies. Did you see the menorah cookies? Take some cookies. There are dreidels. There are chocolate Hanukkah gelt. That's really not real Hanukkah gelt, okay? That's fake gelt. It doesn't work. When you come home, make sure to take a few dollars and send Hanukkah gelt to your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, real gelt, and tell them that they should use the money for good things, to help people, to give charity, and to buy some nice things that the parents allow them to buy, and to have a very, very happy Hanukkah. So let's partake in all the goodies, and let's have a great time. I'm going to need a little bit of help from someone. So can you come and help me? Come over here. Come. Don't be afraid. Tell everyone your name.
Logan.
Logan is a good boy, right? Right?
Yeah.
I need you to help me out with something. Do you know what Hanukkah means, the word Hanukkah? Do we know what Hanukkah means? I'm going to give you 3 possible answers, okay? And you pick one, okay? Okay. Does Hanukkah mean, A, that the Maccabees won the World Cup? Wait, I have 3 possible answers. Or B, does Hanukkah mean that I have an itch in my toe? No. Or C, does Hanukkah mean that the Maccabees kindled the menorah and rededicated the temple? Okay, A, that the Maccabees won the World Cup. Or B, I have an itch in my toe. Or C, that the Maccabees lit the menorah and dedicated the temple. A, B, or C?
C.
C. He says C. Yeah, I knew it was C. You know why I knew it was C? Because the Maccabees didn't win the World Cup. Who won the World Cup? Argentina won the World Cup. When you'll grow older, you'll know more about it. And the other thing is, I don't have an itch in my toe, do you? You don't. So it had to be C, right? Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. And I have a present for you. This is a beautiful Hanukkah puzzle. And it's a picture of the giant menorah in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower. I know France didn't win the World Cup, but they do have a giant menorah in front of the Eiffel Tower. Logan, you did a great job. I need someone else to help me out. Who else wants to help me? Do you want to come help? Come. Come over. Here we go. Come here. Tell everyone your name.
C-O.
C-O.
No. T-H-C-O.
T-H-C-O? Theo. Oh, okay. I have a question. Why do we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days? I'm going to give you some answers, okay? And you pick one, all right? Why do we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days? A, is it because God created the world in 7 days and on the 8th day he rested? Or B, because the Jewish rabbis really liked the music of the Jewish rock group called Eighth Day? Or C, because the oil burnt for 8 days? Again, A, because God created the world in 7 days, on the 8th day he rested? Or B, because of the rock group called Eighth Day? Or C, because the oil, a miracle happened and the oil burnt for 8 days? A, B, or C?
C.
C, he got it right. And you know how I knew it was going to be C? Because God didn't really create the world in 7 days. He created the world in how many days? 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. And also, because you never really heard of the rock group Eighth Day, did you? Has anyone ever heard of the rock group Eighth Day? There really is one in California. It's a Jewish Hasidic rock group. Do you want to hear a sample of their music? Do you want to hear some? Okay, let's see if I can find some music. You like it? You have to dance.
No fighter plane, no battleship can crush with pure and sweet. It's that last drop of oil. It just won't see defeat. It keeps our little hobbit.
Okay, we need to light up all these bands, these wristbands. There you go. You have to break it, and you have to shake it, and let it light up. It slowly will light up, so we can light up the night so I can see what I'm doing. You have to follow the rules to do it right. Jews never follow rules. Did you ever see a Jew that follows rules? What is the funniest Happy Hanukkah greeting you ever got? You want to hear a real funny Happy Hanukkah greeting? A friend told me he was on an El Al flight from Israel to New York. When they landed, the pilot, the flight attendant got on the system and said that everyone please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt light, right? And then a minute later, the flight attendant got back on and said, to everyone who's still seated, I want to wish you a happy Christmas. And to everyone who's walking around in the aisles, happy Hanukkah. Okay, did you get your wristbands lit up?
Yes.
Are we ready to light the menorah? All right, you ready? Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvosah, v'tzivanu le'adlik Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim l'avoseinu bayamim hahem bizman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'echeyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu le'zman hazeh. Here we go. Sur Yeshua Lechana Elishabeya Tikain Eis Lefilasi Visham Taina Nizabeya Leyeis Tachina Madbeya Yitzhar Hamanabeya Chazegad Vishir Mizman Tazotas HaMizbeya Chazegad Vishir Mizman Tazotas HaMizbeya Ay, lay, 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 ay, lay, 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 ay, lay, 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 lay. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. I want you to take 1 minute and think hard. If you know anyone who's Jewish, and you think they may not have a menorah or candles, please take a Hanukkah kit, take 2, take 3, and bring them a Hanukkah menorah, bring them candles, and tell them to join their brethren all over the world and light Hanukkah candles like we all are doing. Thank you so much for coming. It's time to go home and light the candles in your house and make some delicious Hanukkah latkes. Everyone makes latkes? You know why we eat latkes on Hanukkah? Because if you take a wick and you stick it into the latke, it'll burn for 8 days without any miracles. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.